flesh, bones and blood of the earth. There's a fire and water within me, and the air that I breathe of the world. And I know deep within me I live on and on, like the waters of life and the salt in the sea. I live on and on, but I don't yet know where the waters of life and the salt of the sea they dissolve. There's a wind and it blows and it thunders, and the rains come and go on the plains. Once I saw you there standing before me, and now I am here all alone. And I know deep within me you live on and on, like the waters of life and the salt in the sea. You live on and on, but I don't yet know when the waters of life and the salt of the sea they dissolve. When I die while you're alive, where am I? When I die while you're alive, where am I? Chideva dehastu, chideva lokash, chideva bhutani, chidendriyani, karta chidanta karanam, chideva, chideva sarvam.
Om Shanti. There was a man, so virtuous, so pious, radiating the eternal light of purity all the time, that angels got tempted to visit him. And angels came and talked with that man. Angels told that man that we would like to gift you something. What do you want? Should we give you the power of healing so that you touch the sick, the deceased, and the divine healing takes place? The man said no. That's the work of God. The angels said, should we give you the power to forgive the guilty? The contrite spirit, the repented souls, the repentant souls, would you love to join them back to God? The man said, that's the work of God. The angels persisted, but we want to gift you something. Should we give some power in your vision so that if you see the dried and parched up land, it would turn into lush greenery? The man said, no, I don't want to become the man of miracle, and the people will worship me and get estranged from God. The man said, "Give me something that I keep on doing the good deeds, but I will not know it, nor the people would get to know about it." The angels held an assembly. They went and told God what to do, what should we give to this man. And ultimately they came up with a plan. They gave the man a benediction that wherever you go, your shadow will heal the sick. Your shadow will help the poor. Your shadow would bring peace to the distressed, and you will not know it. And it happened. The man is passing, and his shadow is bringing healing. The man is passing, and there is dried land, and there is greenery. He is moving around, and his shadow is helping the world. The world is unaware of him, but neither he nor the world know who is helping. Gradually, people forgot him, but they just remembered that shadow. Because shadow was visible, but whose shadow it is, nobody knew. And they started calling it the Holy Shadow. You help, but the sense of doership is not there. You move around, and yet the ownership is dropped. You serve, but the server is invisible. It is the service, but behind the scene service. You work, you serve, you do, and yet remain anonymous. Unhighlighted, unspotted. Baba talked about 3 types of pravritti. The first is our body, laukik, then body, and then service. So in this series of renunciation, there are total 7 chapters. The first chapter of renunciation is renunciation of body consciousness. The second chapter is about renunciation of your sense slavery. The third chapter is about renunciation of relationships. The fourth chapter is the renunciation of what? Waste. Relationships, waste, actions. So these are the 4. And the 5th is about renunciation. The 6th is about great renunciation. And the 7th is about complete renunciation. So these 2 are included in one Murli. And the last one, that will come later on 24th. in between there are two murlis unrelated to renunciation. So this is the whole package of renunciation. And today's murli talks about two categories, two phases, two planes, two ladders, two chapters of renunciation. The first, the renunciation, and the second, the great renunciation, and the subtle differences between the two. The language of the Murli is abstract, difficult to understand. There is heavy repetitions of words and phrases. Few things appear impractical. But on deeper analysis and deeper study, you understand that it is something that is happening every day, something that we can correlate. The first type of renunciation is to give the laukik, which is very easy, which both the souls have done. The second renunciation is the renunciation of body consciousness. Even so, these renunciates have done that. And the third type is service. So these are those souls, the great renunciate. They are highly adorable, respectable. They don't have body consciousness. They have given up clinging to the senses. They are not the slave. They are not attached to any relationship. They don't have any wasteful relationships, any wasteful actions. They are not attached, nor they have aversion. So all those criteria they fulfill. But there is one problem. And what is that problem? They are trapped in service. Since they have become famous and celebrities, they are being labeled as VIP and they are highly respected. So they are trapped in that golden chain. They are accepting the praises. They are praised and they accept. They are highly glorified and they accept the glory. So here the service has become the trap. They are definitely courageous, yes. They remain detached, yes. They are always stable, they are always loving, they are always cooperative. But there is a subtle ego. I am doing it. I have achieved it. I am Jnani, I am Yogi, I am Sevadari. So this is a very, very, very difficult thing to recognize. God has become secondary and they have become primary. Their glory has overshadowed the glory of God. They are big and God is less. They are more and God is less. People are loving them more and people are loving God less. So who they have become God loving? God, they are creating God lovers or self lovers. So this is a very delicate, the subtlest Maya. The desire for fame is the worst of all the desires. The desire to be known, to be praised, to be glorified, to be respected, itself is a great trap. So deep. The moment you declare, I am the humblest person in the world, your declaration has destroyed your humility. That's why Baba said, practice being an instrument, nimit. There's no English translation for this word. You are just like a postman. Your task is to deliver letters. You are unconcerned with the reactions of the world. Your task is to go and deliver. That's it. You are the human mediator. You are the mediator between the divine and the human. You go, you help, you serve, and you disappear, leaving no stress behind, no stress behind. So this is a great job. Delivery boy. It is easy. If somebody abuses you, criticizes you, maligns you, you tolerate that. You can think of that person as a jnani. You can think of that person as under influence. But what you will do if the world starts praising you? What weapons you have to protect yourself? What tools? What weapons? What armor? What sword? What knife? What shield? And you get trapped. So, Baba said these are Mahatyagis. They are very good on the top, but they fall short of this complete renunciation. And that's why there is the third category, the complete Sarvashva Tyagi. That is discussed later on. And Baba remembered it to discuss. So these are the 7 chapters. The 2 chapters are here. What about these people? They have given up things. They have understood that spiritual life is the greatest life. But there is a struggle. But there is a lack of courage. They can't muster up courage to fight because their own sanskars have become their enemies. They are obstacles. They love comfort. They are laziness. They are comfort-loving souls. They want to become complete. They want to become perfect. But their thought patterns and their sanskars, there is a great struggle going on. Sometimes they become careless. They want to face obstacle, but the courage goes away. They have limited success in overcoming body consciousness. So these are the souls who are still trapped in body consciousness. So one Laukik, both have given up. They are trapped in body consciousness. These people have given up body consciousness, but they are trapped in Seva. The field of Seva. They want opportunities. They want people to call them. And they accept. So this is Tyagi and this is Mahatyagi. So what you have to do, this Murli also mentions about Swaha ceremony. So you can create a virtual or actual Swaha ceremony. Step 1, preparation. Sit and prepare yourself. Have something in front of you. Select a sacred space. Then meditate. Then write down few sanskars, some addiction you're working on and not successful. Then after writing, again meditate. Have some affirmations and then put them down and set ablaze. Put them on fire and see that whilst doing the actual act, you are burning that sanskar. So Baba said, a long-standing practice is needed. Suddenly you cannot become anything. It's a long drawn out procedure. Gradually things will happen. So that is the first task. The second is comparative analysis between the two. You can plot. There are 8 points about Tyagi and 11 points about Mahatyagi. So write. Simply writing and remembering and is not enough. It's about understanding. It's about giving up. Renunciation is not about just giving up. It's about transcending the old pattern and entering into the new pattern. It's about rejoicing in the new. It's about coming to new normal. It's about understanding. It's about knowing the futility of the things you are doing. The things are wasteful. You have given up the smaller for the bigger. You have understood this relation is heavily suffering from body consciousness. So you give up and you enter into the divine new relationship. So burn all the traces of vices in the old relationship and usher into the new divine relationship which is without an iota of body consciousness, without a trace of vices. So comparative analysis. And the third is, Baba said, I and mine, these are the golden chains. Break them. They are very subtle because you love gold. Why? The deities have a lot of love for gold, and that love persists even in the Iron Age. So you don't want to give up the gold. Rather, you keep them as ornament, as decoration. It's very easy to give up the iron, but to give up the gold. Renunciation is in fact the jump into the unknown. You don't know where you will land up. But you understood that this is not the truth. It's a journey from lower consciousness to higher consciousness, from lesser light to higher light. It is to move into a new world, a new paradigm, a new understanding, a new realm. It appears surreal, but creating that new model for yourself, being an updated version of yourself, rejecting the old. The old apps usually don't work unless and until you update. They hang. So it's a process of perpetual updation. It's a process of refurnishing, re-engineering, revamping. So that is the third. So these are the 3 tasks. So it is because there are many, many overlaps between the points. So read, reread, make a chart, make a tracker. You can create a diagram, you can create a poster, you can have a debate, you can have discussion, you can have a vision board, you can have an artwork, you can have visualization, you can have some creative activity, you can have some play game. Something you have to do to make the things interesting. Otherwise, the very abstract language of the Murli makes it extremely a task of boredom. So, have a creative approach in understanding things. So that's today's Murli. Om Shanti.